Hello and welcome back. I just came back from the hospital and I just got these together because these are well, this is the one we did previously today. It's all dried up now and I just got the rest out because I wanted to see how many are done, and I think I'm gonna do them in batches, like first paint all the black bits and then paint all the silver bits and all the gold bits, and I think that'll be better because then they're like, they're all done at once and it's not like, oh, I need to do 5 more. Um, so I'm just gonna put those over there for now. And also, this is the one I did. Well, I did it off stream. I did this yesterday because I have been trying to find a good gold color for my Sanguinary Guard and Dante. And well, I was inspired by the Feral Painter on YouTube and his Grim Dark Custody, which he used this brown as a base, and I really quite like it. And I kind of went with a 2-to-1 of Tinny Tin and Glorious Gold for like the base coat, which you can see inside of the shield right there. It's like quite a bit more tin colored than gold, and well, I got some old gold in from Vallejo. This one, the model color range, and I quite like this one, but I feel it's a bit too yellow. But I'm not really sure because I do quite like the shield, because I now went over it with the Glorious Gold and tin in a 2-to-1 more Glorious Gold mix, and I do quite like it. But I feel it's just a little, I don't know, I feel like it's just a little too gold, and I probably I went with a dry brush over it, and I probably went over it when it was too wet. So I think I'm gonna reduce that a little bit for the final model. I do like it. I just feel it. I don't know. Maybe I could go over with like a bit of Glorious Gold and Old Gold mixed together as like a third layer of highlights. Ooh. But we'll see. I do quite like it. It is a nice gold color. Let's see. Forgot to put a playlist and shuffle. Let's see. Alright, let's go with some I'm feeling classic metal. Okay. Let's get this guy off and put this one away. Let's see, where's my black? Should be good. Gonna kill one. Let's see. Darn, I forgot the other jar. Look it up now and be right back. I am back with the water. Let's see. Let's do. Should have another sword guy, didn't I? No. Let's do the chainsaw guy first. And oh no. Oh, it's dried up paint. And mix this in. Wait, I forgot to put the thinner in. Here, I'll show. Oh, it barely shows. There. There. Okay. My 9. Where do I put this guy, guys? Put him over there. A paint palette. So I just came back from the hospital for a routine checkup, and it was all pretty good. Lost some weight, gained some muscle. Yeah. So far, it's working with the new plan for antibiotics, and I haven't felt sick in. It's almost been. I think it's been more than a month now since I last had my antibiotic cycle. Which is quite good. I'm quite happy with that. Let's see. Let's do side his stomach. I see a little hair from the dry brush. Thank you. A little bit. Oh, paint's dry. I love the detail on these small brushes, but man, they dry up quickly. Let's see. That one's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to go underneath the arm. Feel almost. Let me see if I can microphone away a little bit. Cannot. And this is the the max it'll go, but maybe I can really pull it back a little bit, and then alright, that should be good. I just wanted it a little closer to me. Mm-mm. Also, like, wanting to exercise, but also being autistic and just like talking kind of exhausts me. Like yesterday, I had a lot of appointments that had to do with talking, and by the end of the day, like, I did want to go cycle, but I was just so like exhausted mentally. And today, I spent like 6 hours, like an hour, like 3 hours in total in the car, more, I think. Yeah, I think more. I think like, well, the appointment was like half an hour, maybe like 10-minute wait. I think probably like 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the car. Or almost 200 kilometers. Well, 200 kilometers on the way there and on the way back. 400 total. Also, I've been looking at because my friendly local game store, they do Warhammer, but they mostly do Conquest, like Conquest of First Blood and Conquest 2. And because I don't want to, force people to play Warhammer since they're not mainly War. They do sell Warhammer, and the owner said it's like it's completely fine if you want to play Warhammer. But I feel like because it's a Conquest dedicated store, more Conquest like oriented. I don't know. It might be fun to play Conquest 2 since the miniatures look really cool. They're a good bit cheaper than Games Workshop, and I kind of like the lore of the Dwargholm. They're basically like dwarves enslaved by dragons, and now they have enslaved some dragons that they use in the battlefield. And I saw that I think 5th anniversary box set had an actual dragon in it. I mean, the miniature for the dragon itself costs like $130, and the box set's like 160. So that seems to be a pretty good deal. And it will give me something really fun to build and paint. But it would be quite a challenge, I feel, since I always try to like with my tank, I did put in a lot of effort for the first one, but I kind of went a little basic, and I feel like it's kind of the same with my Blood Angels. Like, I do put in a lot of, effort and stuff. Like, it takes me an hour to paint them one in miniature and stuff, but I do want to like go a little better each time, maybe use like more advanced techniques, do more color layers, and I think that will be a lot of fun to do with those. And also the reason why I feel like I do go kind of all out on the ballistas and the ballistas and like the other Redemptor Dreadnought, or the is it called Ballistic Dreadnought? The melee one. And also the Gladiator Lance. I did try to go all out in those because I feel like they're a lot easier to paint too because they're bigger. And I'm used to painting bigger tanks. Like I have painted a 148 scale tank, which was quite fun. And I have two from Tacom. I have two M60 172 scale tanks, and I am quite excited to paint those. Oh, almost put a little black speed stripe on his head. Also, my hands are just like they are very shaky, especially if I'm trying to be very pinpoint and precise. Let's see, does that elbow? Nah, that elbow doesn't need doing. Let's do his butt. And I think I'm gonna try to paint. Well, I'm gonna have to stop like, you know, next Monday, Tuesday about. So the my room will be all empty for the renovation. So I'll try to I'll probably finish these Blood Angels by then. Ooh. I'll probably finish these Blood Angels by then, and then by the time the new room is done, I might be able to put some oils on them, or maybe enamels, because I am feeling like rust streaks would be very cool on the Lancer and on the Dreadnought. Let's clean this up a little bit so it doesn't dry on the hairs. Let's see, yeah, that's good, because I do have a whole another Dreadnought I have just base painted and highlighted this, but I need to do a whole nother like detailing on this. And I don't know, I really love the color scheme of this one. I really love the color scheme on this one, so I want to do something quite similar, especially since they're gonna go into the the same army. I got this one for free because the company that I bought the ballistas Dreadnought from, they actually sent me this, Brutalis, and in my enthusiasm, I already opened the cellophane and I looked inside the box and I was like, that's not a ballistas Dreadnought. And then they were like, oh, our mistake, you can keep that. I was like, oh, thank you. So that's a free Dreadnought. It's very nice of them, and I will definitely be ordering from them again. I saw that the Seraphine, the Lizardmen, have a Spearhead box set, and I quite like their designs. I don't know why, but lately I've been kind of interested by dinosaurs. But sadly, they're not in stock anymore. I don't know if they're still in stock with Games Workshop because there is a Warhammer store in the city nearby me. So I might go buy them. Because, well, I also need an apothecary since the coda, or the points changed last week. Or was it this week? It changed the points for the Blood Angel, so originally I was gonna run my Sanguinary Guard in one group with Dante, but now if you run them separately it saves you 20 points, and then with Dante being cheaper I get a whole 50 points for free if I put them separately, since the points update. And I think I would get a apothecary for that because, well, I would like to get a what do you call it? Like, you know, the engineers, mechanics, like the mechanics to go with my gladiator lancer, but sadly they are 5 points too expensive. Let's see, let's get this out of there. Actually, I can do it from here, maybe. Looks like, I mean, you can barely see it anyway. The shoulder pad. Also, for some reason, I just really quite like it if, like, a faction still has their Primarch intact, which I do really like. I really like the Death Guard in general, and I think being able to have Mortarion in your army is very cool. But I don't know, I'm not completely sure, but I think some people were saying that for the points cost it might not be like the best choice, but I don't know, I'm not playing competitive either, and if I do, oh, that's way over. If I do decide to get a Death Guard army, it'll probably be 2,000 points, so I think it'll fit in fine. Okay, well, that's a smaller one. Let's pick up the bigger one and do the blade and gun. I think this is the first chainsaw that I've painted on these guys. Or chainsword. I did go a little over, but I think I want to leave this part in the exhaust red. And that would look pretty cool. Maybe just, yeah, like that. Yeah. Seems fine. Also, there is a Warhammer like club near me that does games. I don't know how often, but probably every week or every other week. But since I'm so new to the game, I would like to have some practice matches first and like more understand the mechanics of the game. Before I play with other people. Because I want to give them a, you know, a decent time too. Oh, see, my camera is stuck. Hold on. Did it die? Yes. I think my camera might have died, so let me just swap out the battery real quick. One moment. Let's see. There's some data. Let's see. There you go. We are back. See, I would like to add a little bit of black there. It's dark. See this. Let's put the ISO on the aperture in auto. This should be good. So is there any bottom the handle. It's pretty good. And then we'll have this brush anyway, so I'm just gonna do the big parts on this one first. Could be a little cleaner. That's about right. Let's see. I think, yeah. I'm just kind of thinking if I should do the handle black too, and I think I should. Also, lately I have been wondering about maybe getting, you know, when the room is all set up and I don't sleep here anymore, about getting a potentially an airbrush, because I absolutely love the effect it gives. It's just like there's no marks, and like being able to do camo on tanks super easy like that, I feel like makes it worth it. And a little bit more paint there. Like the detailing and stuff I'll still do with well, I'm gonna save that maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do the back. I'm gonna, well, I was gonna say I'm gonna save that for the smaller brush, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. It's gonna be a hard angle. Like that. So paint and do the gun. Also, my girlfriend and I have been watching Love on the Spectrum, and it has been a lot of fun. I quite like shows about, you know, being disabled and autistic. I quite like shows about people that are disabled or autistic. It is quite interesting seeing how other people are and live their lives having these things. I have forgotten his name, but I think it is Tanner. Well, we're watching season 3, and I think it is Tanner. Hold on, let me just. wrong button. I think it is Tanner that talks like, no, is it? I don't know. It is the guy that kind of talks with the British accent. Like he's really into Royals and Transformers, and I quite like Transformers too. Well, I used to love them as a kid, and I still really like the concept of them. But I do not know anything about the lore. I don't know if anyone remembers, but like the I believe it is a game that is a tie-in with the first like Michael Bay movie. It came out on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and it was honestly, I think still my favorite um, Transformers game. It was just like a big open world, and you can transform and just kind of drive around. And man, they should release that game. Honestly, that was so fun. And like, yeah, just mess about. And I remember, because I didn't speak English at the time, like just kind of progressing and then like getting to the desert map and being like a scorpion and going underneath the sand. And I remember that just amazing me and finding it so awesome. Okay, clean off my brush. Actually, I feel like I should just do like the big black parts and then the small black parts all in a row. So just put that guy over there. Well, this one will be quick. Was it just, yeah, gun magazines? I did play the, I forgot which one it was, but I think it is another tying, like movie tying game. Something about like the Dark Moon. I did really like that game. For me, like playing a Transformer game and having like cool transformations. I did try the kind of arcade, not arcade, but like the cartoon one that came out a couple years ago, and I didn't really like it that much. Kind of really like the realistic look of them more. Like that with a little tippy tip. Also, I do have to say that even though I felt like building them, the plastic isn't that like for me compared to AFV plastic. I didn't enjoy building these as much. Well, they are quite easy to build compared to like a lot less. Well, you know, comparing a Gladiator Lancer to something like I don't know, like the Tamiya Type 74, or even the like the Crocodile or M18. I mean M18 especially, like it is more of an advanced kit. Um, the Gladiator Lancer is a lot easier to build. Okay. Also, now I really want to play that first Transformers game again. I don't have it anymore, but you could probably. I think you could probably pick it up quite easily. It's. I don't think it's that. Um, like wanted of a title. Oh no. He hit his thumb and now it's black. Okay. Oh, the bottom of the magazine is still red. Also, I feel like because the Space Marines, they are like so small on the tabletop that, like, you know, if they look that one, if they look like this, like, are you really gonna notice that, you know, not everything is like perfectly painted, or, you know, like, when, yes, when you, like, you know, look at it up close, you can see it, but I don't know. I feel like these days they still look cool, and I quite like the varnish on them. 4 parts Vallejo matte and 1 part Vallejo satin. They have like a little bit of natural shine to them. I think it's gonna get dulled out a little bit anyway, but when the wash gets put over, and the rust, especially the rust on the tank. Let's just put that one there. You are not in a tip. I feel like this one's a bit dirty. I'm gonna clean it real quick. I tried to not get, well, paint especially past the halfway point, but I just noticed that when the brush is wet, it tends to like the paint tends to creep up a little bit in the hairs, and sometimes it'll just get into the bristles at the top. We need a. Let me just get out. I have a little bottle in there. I have found it. Let's see. I mean, water should stay good. It's just tap water. Say 2 drops should be fine. Clean it out. So take a little bit. Yeah, it's looking a lot better. I do see I got it into the ferrule a little bit, which I'm sad about. You know, I try not to, but sometimes it just kind of happens. It looks a lot better. We just get the tippy tip clean. That is looking a lot cleaner. That's looking nice. I love this soap. This is the only soap I've tried, but it's absolutely great. I mean, I don't really use anything else except you know, Vallejo acrylic paint. So, well, I have used Tamiya, like they're not their lacquer, they're acrylic paints too, but from what I had, they're alcohol based and they are a bit of a pain to clean, but they do come out with this soap too, which I'm quite happy about. Let's get on to this guy. Let's see. Pop a little bit. Oh no, I got it. I forgot. I got it on the not the pommel. The hand protector. We can just make this one black. I don't mind it. They don't have to be all uniform. I feel, yes. This part too. Nice. I quite like that. Also, I have been looking for like good ways to clean my my brushes, and for me, what I found what works good is, you know, like after that, I just kind of dip it in the water, but not fully, just to where the paint is, and then you know just kind of swirl it around, or you know, like a pulling, twisting motion onto a paper towel, clean up the water and the rest of the paint. I feel like the paint is getting a little bit dry. Take a little bit of water. That's a lot of paint on my brush. There. That is a little better. Oh well. Actually, yes, I forgot. The shoulder has to be blacked out too. Well, I just like mine blacked out. So you give that some more water. Ooh. Do that to these two too. No, I did not. I need to do that too. More hair there. I think when I'm done with these shoulder pads, I'm gonna probably do something else for a little bit and then go cycle because I do feel a little better now. Okay, we need a little bit more paint. Dinner. Nope. I'm gonna put 2 drops in. Let's do a double coat for this guy. Okay. Sounds good. Sir, you need your shoulder done. And of course, when I am biking, I will be watching Clockman's Farm, which I am very excited to see how season 4 ends. I did get a little spoiled on Instagram. Apparently he fired the two ladies, the ones that were talking about the 40K parasols. Like, I think they quit actually. He didn't fire them, they quit. You really like the black, was it called them, shoulder? I feel like it adds a really good contrast. Okay. Still drying. One's drying. One's drying good. One's drying good. This one. Yeah, let's give this guy a double coat. Okay. Just wait for a moment. He's almost dry. And then these I have done, they just need some cleaning up. I mean, they're very basic, like color scheme. I don't know, I feel like if you look at like the old Warhammer like photos and stuff, they do, you know, in like the 90s and stuff, they do look quite basic. You know, they don't look how the modern miniatures look. And I kind of like that look. You know, of course they have like, you know, probably more details and different things than this, but I still like them. This one mostly just needs a little bit in the middle. Let's clean my brush and then I wonder if, like, with the soap, you should kind of leave it like that, or you should wipe it off, like I do. Like, just kind of wipe off the excess and then kind of leave it like that. Which is how I usually always do it. Let's clean these two small ones too while we're at it. It's looking very good. This one always, like the really tiny one, always gets all split at the end, but it's good now, so clean it up a little bit. Alright, well, wherever you are, I hope you have a wonderful day, morning, or evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.